Hey, Wendy.
Hello.
Let's see here. Where am I? I am right here. Okay, sorry.
I see you.
Okay, I was just hiding from the crowd. Let me, okay.
Happy hump day.
Yeah, it feels like a hump day, I'll tell you. Feels like a big hump, like a camel hump, like two humps. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so, well, Wendy, thing. It's always great to see her smile. Let me take these earplugs out so I can actually hear you, and I will just put my other earbuds on. So we are, yes, guys, this is the Wendy and Joseph show. All right, guys, welcome. Um, so today we are playing a video for you guys to really explain depression, what it is, how it affects people, and how debilitating it can be, and then what a non-drug solution is, and how we're seeing amazing results. Right, Wendy?
That's right.
So we've got a few people watching us right now. So let's go ahead and start that video, and then we will be back, guys, and kind of unpack it for you and really talk a little bit more about these amazing patches. Okay? So here we go.
Depression is a disorder that afflicts over 10% of the world's population, but we as a society know little about it. Stereotypes tell us that depressed people are weak, unless they happen to be a tortured artist. It can be difficult to understand depression because it's invisible. It's a disorder defined by thoughts, behaviors, and feelings, rather than obvious symptoms like vomiting, rashes, or fever. Those who have experienced depression are all too familiar with comments from misguided friends such as snap out of it or just get up and do something. Even those with depression might have a hard time understanding what they are experiencing, and they often blame themselves for not being able to snap out of it. To understand what depression really is, we need to talk about symptoms. First of all, depression has symptoms related to how someone feels. These symptoms include nearly constant feelings of sadness, anger, guilt, or hopelessness. Next, there are symptoms related to behavior. They include social withdrawal, a lack of energy, low motivation, poor concentration, sleep problems, or significant changes in appetite. Finally, symptoms related to thoughts include poor self-esteem, thoughts of suicide, and loss of interest in regular activities. Symptoms of depression must last at least 1 week, and they are often cyclical. This means that the symptoms can come and go over a period of months or years. A person who experiences depression once is likely to have future episodes. It can be difficult to think of these thoughts, feelings, and behaviors as symptoms. To many of us, it can seem like someone who is depressed has chosen to be lazy and sleep all day, or they have decided to stop spending time with friends because they have a bad attitude. But remember, what's in our head isn't imaginary. Our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by a complex series of chemicals in our brains. The exact causes of depression are poorly understood, but we have an idea of factors that influence the illness. We know that changes to hormones in the brain, called neurotransmitters, can have a major effect on depression. Many medications used in the treatment of depression work by increasing the levels of these neurotransmitters. We also know that genetics play an important role in depression. People who have a family history of depression are more likely to experience the disorder. will, but the chances are greater. Finally, we know that environmental factors play a role in depression. Living in poverty, experiencing a traumatic event, or other stressful situations may trigger the disorder. That being said, depression does not always have a clear trigger, which often leads to a person not understanding why they feel so down. Treatment for depression usually includes psychotherapy and medication. Either can work on its own, but a combination of both medication and therapy has been found to be the most effective. In summary, depression is a disorder that's widespread but poorly understood. The symptoms can negatively affect a person's thoughts, feelings, and behavior to a debilitating degree. However, treatments that include medication, psychotherapy, or a combination of the two can help to manage to eliminate the symptoms of depression.
Thank you.
I can see your lips moving, but I
So-
didn't hear anything.
So what did you think, Wendy?
That was right on. Like that I've experienced depression. I've lived it, and that's everything she said is right on. People
Yeah.
who experience it, and we all probably know if we never experienced that ourselves, I'm sure we all know somebody who has or is currently.
Yeah, it's really spot on, and it associated it to anxiety. Also, it associated to suicide. There's some chemical imbalance that's going on, neurotransmitters,
Mm.
and some comment about it being genetically passed on, possibly in some cases. Some doesn't necessarily mean that you will get it. So what do we have? What's the good news? Like, what is really the great news? Because obviously, up until recently, I mean, there's people who just want to take meds, thinking that that's the only solution, that that's the only fix, that's the only way they can survive. And I'm not saying that if a person feels that's the way they want to go, I'm not judging. We don't want to make people feel like we're judging them. However, we're looking at you look at all the statistics, and the meds really are not helping as people think that they do. There's so many side effects.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's estimated that about 17.3 million adults in the US suffer from depression, some form of depression. And so there's a bit real struggle, with people trying to find medications that help with depression that don't have, major side effects and that actually work. And so what we have to offer is, or not we, but LifeWave has to offer is these patches or stem cell patches that help. And stem cells can help rebuild our nervous system, which in turn helps with the depression and anxiety, because depression and anxiety go hand in hand. So there's no ingredients in them, there's no chemicals in them, so you can actually take them with whatever medication you're currently taking. And eventually wean yourself off with the help of your doctor. And right now I wear the Nirvana patch, which is a mood stabilizer. And I have been able to go off of any and all medication for mood disorder. And so all I wear is the patch. So, and I was able to get rid of all those ugly side effects that come with taking medication.
That's really amazing, Wendy, because really sometimes things happen that trigger somebody to go into depression. They relive the past memories, like maybe a bad traumatic event or something in their past, or something might have triggered that. Our audience to understand how these patches help to kind of put us in that nice well-being, like balance out our mood.
Well, I'm not like necessarily a scientist. I don't know exactly how to explain, other than it uses photo light therapy to create new stem cells, and those new stem cells repair our everything in our body. And they kind of put us in a homeostasis, and it helps us to have like a calm mood. It keeps us from going too high or too low. It helps keep our cognitive functions like working the way they should, helping us to not be like obsessive compulsive about thinking too much about things that are causing anxiety or things that can cause depression. It overall just helps stabilizes the mood. And it also like helps with just an overall sense of like happiness. And like I said, I don't know exactly how, other than the fact that it rebuilds our stem cells. I don't know exactly how it works on it from the scientific side. I just know it works.
And that's really the bottom line. That's all we need to know, is that it works. Really, we're not trying to teach people how to build a watch, basically, because we ourselves are. I mean, I'm still amazed. I've been on the patches, wearing them for 9 months. You were probably about the same, and it still amazes me what they do, how they make us feel.
Yeah, and it like we said, it uses the energy from the sun, and we all know that energy is like everywhere around us constantly. It's it's a part of us. It's everywhere around us, and it's kind of like when you have electricity in your home, unless you turn that light switch on, you're not taking advantage of that electricity. So kind of like putting that patch on is like a way to take advantage of that energy.
Yeah, very well put. That's an awesome illustration. So what we're seeing is that Wendy and I are trying to make it really simple, guys. We're saying that we are creating a community or a movement of patchers. So either you're a patcher or you're not, right?
To patch or not to patch?
To patch or not to patch.
That is the question.
That is the question, guys. So when you start seeing people with these white circles, like Wendy and I, we're part of a patching community. We're part of millions of people that are patching on a monthly basis. Every month, every day, every week, people are patching to do what is probably not heard of before, is to raise and elevate our quality of life. Because if you're no longer depressed, if you no longer have some of these debilitating like anxiety, mental disorders, guys, will keep you in bed, will keep you from getting out of bed in the morning just by having a mental disorder. People that are depressed are thinking that their life is, they're not worthy, all these negative emotions, all these negative feelings, and their mind controls what their body does, right? Imagine, guys, because Wendy and I have lived in some, I've had bouts too. I mean, like you said, Wendy, I think almost everybody at some point has had a bout with at least depression and anxiety.
Yeah, there's a lot of people have had bouts, but there's another group of people that struggle with it their whole life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we're asking people to sample, just to sample, to look at another alternative that is non-invasive, is not regulated by the FDA, because there is no food or drug at all in the way the materials of these patches are put together. So, many people ask that question: is this FDA approved? Is it going to interfere with my meds? Is it going to do it? None of that applies, guys. It does not apply, because there are no drugs. There's no chemicals. There's nothing that goes into, I guess, entangle with whatever other things you're taking, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Wearing the patch is easier than wearing clothes. Now, I'm not trying to be funny or silly, but literally, like people are, oh man, I got to wear this. I mean, imagine putting a hat on, putting glasses on, putting a shirt on, putting all your clothes on, right? Putting makeup on. This,
it's just part of your routine in the morning. You just Put it next
yeah.
to your clothes. You stick it on with.
It literally takes, I mean, I've timed myself. I think it takes me literally less than 30 seconds.
Oh, that takes you a long time. I think I can do it in like 5.
Wendy has me beat. Wow, that's awesome, Wendy. That's great. That's great. That's because she has so much energy from wearing the patches that she can do things like in a nanosecond, right? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Right.
So, yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, just try it. It's risk-free, 90-day money-back guarantee. So it doesn't hurt to try it.
That's it, guys.
No.
That's it. You know?
And you don't know what you don't know until you try it.
Right. So today, this is Nirvana. So we're talking about their Nirvana and the X39.
Yes.
Those can be ordered. You can order those off of Wendy's website. You can go to Wendy's site. I have all our websites below. That's it. They're Nirvana. I love that. Is that like almost like a violet color, purple?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like a metallic violet, metallic purple, something like that.
Cool. So go on to wendyritchie.com. You can follow Wendy also on Facebook. Share this with anybody that you know that is suffering with depression, and sample it for yourself. Order at least a month's supply. I would say, if there's a package that you can get a discount, that it makes it very affordable for almost everybody. You can get up to 3 months worth. You can do, like Wendy was saying, the X39, you can do the Nirvana patch, and then follow our group. Join Wendy Rich Energy Facebook group, because we post a lot of videos. We have a lot of really cool ways to use the patch, different things that it helps for, how it can help in different ways. I mean, if you're somebody who wants to kind of get to change, because a lot of people, they just give up. I mean, we see people all the time. They just assume that their life is going to stay this way until they die, that they're never going to improve. They can never get better, and they give up. They basically.
I had felt that way. I thought I'm doomed. Finally thought I'm doomed to just stay on medicine that takes away my personality, that, just they make you feel blah. They're supposed to make you feel better, but then they make you feel blah at the same time. So it's like, I thought I was stuck to chemicals the rest of my life, but I'm not. So it's exciting.
Yeah. And I agree. I feel the same way. So today's video, guys, you can replay it. You can share it. We will post it. It's going to be on YouTube. You can Google it and just Google LifeWave Performance Enhancing Patches and then put depression, and it will come up on Facebook. If you want to share it with any of your friends or family, if they're suffering, feel free to do that. Follow us. We post a live stream every day, and we are looking to, like I said, to find patchers. So if you want to become a patcher,
yes, you want to be a patcher,
join us. And I'll also throw out a message for those that are looking to add a side hustle that can turn into a full-time hustle, and it could replace your full-time job even. We're looking for patch getters. So once you become a patcher, usually it works in 2 phases. First, you start off as a patcher, and you start to feel the amazing changes in your body. You start to feel happier. You start to have more energy. You start to sleep better. You start to look better. You look younger. People like being around you. You start being more positive, and you're putting out this really amazing energy, all from wearing the patches, guys. Just from wearing the patches, you're more focused. Once that happens, most people want to share, because people are going to be like, wow, Wendy, what are you doing that's different? Man, you look amazing, and all this stuff that people are going to notice about you. And now Wendy is like, wow, they're going to ask Wendy, how can I get that? Like, how can I get what you're on? Like, give me some of what you're taking.
It's, even if you don't feel like it right now and you think, oh, I just want to try them for myself, it's inevitable that you will want to share with other people, because it's just that exciting.
Yeah. So we're happy to take you under our wings. Wendy is going to, help you. She will guide you, coach you. We're actually training new patch getters. So it sounds silly, I know.
Is that a word?
I'm a patcher or I'm a patch getter. So, and you can be both. So we welcome you to start patching with us. It's like, people go fishing, people go boating, we go patching. So awesome. Awesome, guys. I love it. I love it too. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you on the next episode. And for now, we're going to say live
younger,
longer. Live younger, longer,
live
guys.
younger, longer. Say that like really fast 3 times.
That's right. That's right. Well, you will be able to once you start patching. You'll be able to say it really fast. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Bye.